In today's video, I am going to go back to the video I did a few days ago about Bolt introducing a mechanism for enhanced security, and that is to do with cameras inside the vehicles. There are so many people who asked me, these cameras that Bolt are going to introduce in the vehicles, in whose vehicles are they going to introduce these cameras? And the answer is that these cameras will be introduced in your vehicle. If you are a driver, if you are a partner, it will be introduced in your vehicle, because we all know that Bolt does not have any vehicle in Kenya. The vehicle they call theirs are vehicles that operate with their platform. Okay, but I just wanted to give you some further clarification, because there is some additional information that emerged, and that allows drivers to understand how the camera issue will be applied when it comes to the Bolt announcement that they did a few days ago. So what Bolt said is that in my last discussion, we were not very clear whether the cameras will be using your phone or whether there will be some installation in your car. So it is now clear that the cameras will rely on your phone. So on your car dashboard, you will need to have a very strong phone holder, okay, so that you can put on your camera, and then the app that Bolt will give you access to will allow you to open the front camera and the rear camera at the same time and record what is happening. So the video will have a view of the front, the road in front of you, and the rear side will capture the inside of the vehicle. But your phone has to be placed, in a nice place on the dashboard, so that it can record that. So that is one clarification I wanted you guys to understand. So the option that Bolt is introducing will not have permanent installation of cameras around your vehicle, because I thought that probably it will be using the reverse camera to capture videos from behind, or another camera installed somewhere, maybe at the front bumper, so that you can capture the front side of the road. But that is not the case. It will rely on your phone. So you cannot drive with your phone in the pocket. You cannot drive with your phone held on the hand. You have to place it on the dashboard, and be very careful so that it does not get snatched by the guys in town who do a lot of pickpocketing. So the other thing is that the videos, the application that you will get access to will have unlimited storage, so you can record videos day and night. Okay, and Bolt, they have said that once you record those videos, of course, you will create your own account, and the video will be stored in a driver's account, and it will not be shared with anybody else. I told you that the company that has partnered with Bolt is called Drivers Technologies. So maybe they will have access to your account, just like any other account owner. For example, if you open an account with a bank, there are some people within that bank that can have access to your account. But we are not very sure to what extent Bolt can access the videos that you record with your phone. But what they are saying is that storage, that video will be stored in your account. But there are some questions that I'm going to ask here at the bottom, just to see whether that video really is in your account, or it's just by design that it is said is in your account, but it is being seen by other people. Then what will drivers pay? This is confirmed. Drivers will now be paying 386 shillings per month to access that app. Okay, 386 shillings per month to access the app. Remember, this is a discounted price of 75%. If you are to pay full price, I think drivers could have paid around 1,500 per month if there was no discount. But we are not very sure whether the 75% discount is a lifetime discount. Maybe it is what we call for early birds, people who will join early. Or even if you join now, you are not guaranteed that next year you'll be paying this for that subscription. So be very mindful about that. All right. So we have said that the video is not shared with Bolt unless there is an incident. Okay. And this incident, it is a very vague term, because we are saying here, is it an incident that is reported by the driver or that is reported by the client or reported by the police or incident reported by who? Because I believe because it is the driver who is paying this cost, it is the driver who is recording the video, Bolt should only have access if it is the driver who has reported the incident. But if the client has reported the incident, then who gives Bolt access to driver's account? That simply tells you that even without an incident, if Bolt wants to have access to your account, they still can have access to it and watch the videos of what you are doing. And maybe sometimes you accept a trip, you cancel, you carry the customer offline or something. Maybe Bolt could also be checking those videos just to see, did you actually carry that customers? Because there are some customers that, you know, would request for offline trips, so you pick them, they cancel the trip, but you still carry them. I know that is a malpractice, but I am asking, is it part of the incidences that will cause Bolt to want to watch the videos that you have recorded? So that also is not very clear. But in my view, I would say Bolt should only access these videos after I have reported to them, me as a driver, but also I need to be the one to give them access to the videos that are stored in my account. So I am not sure who gives them access to the videos stored in my account. Otherwise, we can simply assume that Bolt has access to all this information. So some other critical information we want to discuss here is, you know, what is the client paying? We have said that all this video recording is to improve safety for the driver and the customer. But we have seen only the driver is paying. Okay? What, of course, Bolt as a company will be a big beneficiary because there will be reputational benefits, there will be safety benefits. At the end of the day, customers will want to use Bolt because it is a safer platform. So Bolt should also have a price to pay. But some will say that Bolt has already given you a discount of 75%. Probably some money is being incurred by Bolt through the discount. But it is not clear. They should have said out of the 75%, maybe 50% is being financed by Bolt to give their customer access to that platform. We don't know. It's just an assumption. But the client, you, the customer, how much are you going to pay? Or are you actually paying anything for you to be guaranteed this safety, for you to be provided with evidence when things go wrong? We have not had Bolt saying that they are increasing prices, maybe even by 3 or 4%, just to cover for that, you know, cost sharing mechanism when it comes to paying for this platform. It is only the driver who has received the invoice so that he can pay and access the platform. So we also need to pay who Bolt is paying how much and the customer is paying how much, because we are all partners. And that's why the ecosystem of this online assisted driving is called an ecosystem of partners. We have the app provider, we have the customer, we have the car owner, we have the drivers. All these people work as partners. There is no one who is an employee of the other, because if one withdraws, then the whole thing collapses. And that's why they must all work in harmony and also contribute in cost sharing and benefit sharing. Okay, so can the driver access the video? That is also a question we don't know, because sometimes things could happen with the customer that the driver is carrying, and maybe the driver is not sure whether it is the customer who did what the driver is suspecting or not. Sometimes you can leave, there are some customers who leave their luggage in the back seat. And when you carry so many customers in a day, you will find something in the back seat at the end of the day. Maybe when you are closing job at 5, but throughout the day you have not been checking what is at the back seat. And maybe that item was left by the customer you carried early in the morning. So the driver sometimes might need to watch that video to just verify which among the 10 customers I carried left this item in the car. I don't want to assume that it is the last customer that the driver carried. No. So that when the driver is reporting a lost item to Bolt, they will have precision to say that it is this customer who left it. Or if the driver is able to verify that it is this customer who entered with that item and left it in the car, they are able to call that customer directly with confidence and tell them to come and collect the item. So the question is this: will the driver have access to the video, even if it is not for downloading, but just for their own decision making? Can they watch that video and verify some information and help Bolt also improve the ecosystem? So I hope you guys have learned a thing or two, and see you in my next video.